Hi, my name is Kenya. I'm the business development manager with Rincon Property Management. And the purpose of this video is to explain the whole process of owners wanting to choose their own tenant. Of course, owners, I understand it's important. You want somebody who's going to take care of your property, not cause any damages, and of course, pay rent on time. Those are the three main points. But a lot of people do not know the full process of it, and I do want to cover some points on showing you why it is important that you let the professionals, also known as the property managers, select your tenants in this process and explain our process as well. The first main point, of course, is the tenant selection process. At Rincon, we only select tenants or consider them to be reviewed once they meet all the listed criteria that we ask for. The second main point is to ask whether or not is it safer for a property or an owner, shall I say, to choose selecting their own tenant. Most people do not know about the Fair Housing Act, and the Fair Housing Act actually covers some protected classes. This can include race or color, sex, familial status, national origin, religion, and lastly, disability. The fair housing can include somebody on these protected classes, and there is some costly fines associated with them. Just for example, the first fine associated with not selecting one of these protected classes or a personal preference can be up to $21,663. For the second violation, as long as it occurs within 5 years, it can be up to a $53,157 penalty. For the third violation, as long as it occurs within a 7-year period, it could be up to a $108,315 penalty for the owner. The third main point covers the likelihood of selecting a poor tenant using a property manager. There is some exceptions, but for the most part, it does reduce the likelihood of having a poor tenant. Just to give 4 examples, we do have a background check. We do verify the applicant's income, make sure that they meet the suggested income limit. And lastly, we do check with their rental history. The fourth main point shows that only 0.01% of tenants are evicted. On average, we return 83% of damaged deposits, which is critical to show that comprehensive vetting also reduces the likelihood of a tenant being evicted. So if you are currently looking for a property manager, of course, this would be a great question to ask, something to see whether or not if they have a higher eviction rate, because of course that could be a higher cost for you. Overall, as the points I mentioned before, it is important to see the process that Rincon does, because it is in the owner's best interest to have a hands-off approach to select tenants. Of course, legally, we do not want anybody to violate any protected classes and have costly fines from the fair housing. And then lastly, Rincon does provide a full service management. So our job, of course, is to make your lives easier. And if you like the content today, please hit the subscribe button below, and thank you all for watching.